welcome. I can still see my comments in the chat. That's so bizarre. I heard from my buddies at YouTube that I can schedule these further out, but also it was pretty funny. They said you can join the chat before the show. So I was in there for the first 10 minutes, just having a chat with the guys before we kicked off. Okay, welcome. This is going to be a pretty short one today. I was working on this guy and finished making him today. And I tried out some new nippers, and I wanted to give you guys a quick rundown on them. And rather than typing out, taking a bunch of photos, doing all those things, I thought I could use, wow, how does that work, Nate? Hey, DaCosta, welcome, mate. I wanted to use this functionality, the really cool live stream function of YouTube, to put this out into a shorter version. So please forgive me if I don't ramble too long tonight. I just wanted to keep the topic pretty short, compare a couple of nippers that I have, and maybe give some shout outs and advice for people if you're either looking to buy your first nippers or you're getting that second pair, which I think is not a bad idea. So I put this guy together today over the course of the day, and I took a bunch of footage here. I've made about 20 of this AFS kit. I'm not kidding. And there might be someone out there who's made more, but as far as we know, and having a good laugh with the guys at the Machine & Krieger studio, I do think I still have the world record for making AFS suits. I mean, it's not hard to beat. It's only 20, but it's a lot of the same guy, right? There's like, I think 4 or 5 versions, could be more. I've taken lots of footage. I've got a lot of hacks, as you could imagine. I've made a lot of mistakes with this kit, making 20 versions of them. So I've got some hacks, etc. And I'm putting that together. I'll be editing that video for you tomorrow. So there'll be more on that. But while I was doing this today, I was trying out these new nippers. And it was one of those times where every time I was making a cut, I mean, I've thrown all of the sprues out now, the runners. Every time I was making a cut with these are the new ones, I was saying to myself, wow, these are really, really good. And once you repeat, even somebody like me, even though I've repeated myself, by about the 4th or the 5th time, I said, hey, I better give my friends a heads up. These are actually really good. So the good ones are these. I've got the package here. They're so these ones, they're made in Taiwan and imported by my friends there at Hobbyco. I was down in Sydney after the Gunpla Builders World Cup. It was in August or so. And my wife was laughing at me because these are my usual ones. See, Dan is commenting, have you got Dan, you've got a set of these too? I think a lot of you Aussie guys, you'll already know these. I think they're really famous. I think they're nicknamed the Wright nippers. So apparently they're famous here already, but I wanted to give a shout out to people and tell a bit of a background story of it. So my wife laughs because these are my go-tos. These are what I make. I've had 3 or 4 sets of these over the years. And they're really good, and they're just a basic side cutter from Tamiya. You can see these ones, and this is my good set, and you can see they're not in the best condition because I make a fair volume of kits. And so my wife was laughing about it. She says, come on, invest in the tools, get yourself a new pair of side cutters, nippers, when we're down in Sydney. We're going to a big hobby store. And just by chance, my mate down there, Ryan San Pedro, he says, dude, you've got to try these. And he looked really happy. And I didn't understand why. I'm like, why would someone be so happy about nippers, about side cutters, They cut the things off the sprue, off the runner. I don't get it. Now, some background here, really briefly, is that I mostly have been building, when I say mostly, I mean only. I've been building kits, lots and lots of kits, that require paint. So it's slightly less of an issue. So long as you cut them off and it does a reasonably good job. because we're painting over it, we don't mind if it leaves marks on the plastic, right? Most of the time, and this type of kit too, it requires a lot more work and attention than say a Bandai kit does to get it prepared. So I'm used to going quickly to a stage of say sanding, filing, using putty, different things like that. But in the last 12 months, I've become a Gunpla guy as well. I've added that to my little repertoire, and I'm getting to understand that different world. And I know Gunpla dudes, they like to use premium side cutters to stop some of the the stress deformation that makes the plastic go white, because some people don't paint them, and that's a fine way to enjoy the hobby. Now, what I really noticed was that these are super sharp, and they do cut very closely. If you look at them side on, I know to a lot of you guys who are proper Gunpla dudes, this is like really old news. And Uncle Linc is just catching up, so you forgive me, okay? But you can see the difference in these. But for you guys who are new to this will be... I'm not embarrassed by admitting that I'm quite noobish about many things, because, why not? They're plastic models and it's just fun. So I thought I can share these kind of things with you, so you can learn along the way with me. And then you don't have to admit that you're a noob to people. You can say, you've got PoP credentials from Paint on Plastic. So you can see these ones. These will be what I call like a regular side cutter. You can see they're quite thick, so they're very durable. But they're not as sharp, and they don't keep a sharp edge. These ones you can see are a fraction of that. So being as sharp as they are, they're going to be from a slightly more, I'm not sure of the technical way. Is it tempered the way? They're going to be from a finer grade of steel that holds an edge. So you do know that they will be more brittle, and they are more prone to breakage just because they're so thin. So every time I put them down, I've actually been very careful to put them down nice and flat. The difference was pretty pronounced. When I was cutting off these pieces, I did notice that they were leaving a lot less plastic on them, and the AFS is made with a lot of undergates. I don't think the quality is good enough to show you via here, but with undergates you end up doing two cuts, right? You do your side cut to get it off the sprue, and then the part where there's overflow to the piece, you end up doing another second cut there. These cut it down really nice and flat, so that was really, really good. So if you were getting your, I'll switch over now. So that's my run through on them, and I've got another pair of these. These were okay, but I put them back, and I mean, it cost me a lot. You can see it. This was once upon a time, so that was what? Got these when I was traveling somewhere, 40 bucks. And they're not bad. These are Minishima, right? Yeah. These are good. These are good. But I put them back and I tested these ones out, and I was like, oh, these are really good. After about the 4th or 5th time of saying that, I knew I had to give you guys a heads up. So, buyer's guide time. What I suggest is, if you're starting out and you're getting a first set of nippers, don't get these. Don't. If you break them or you use them incorrectly and they snap on you, it's painful. Buying a nice quality tool like that, you don't want to break it straight away. Easing into the hobby, do what I did. Get something like this. A nice, good, durable one. And this should be your primary tool. Okay? And just say at the end, sometimes to chuck stuff out, my mate Dan just said he's very glad I said that, but I really make stuff, and I know how it is. When you're cutting up these towards the end, or if you're cutting off very thick pieces first, use your cheaper durable ones for the heavy lifting. That's important. And then after if you've made like say 3-4 Gunpla kits, for example, you could then upgrade and get a second pair. And that's what I recommend them for. I think you should have your heavy lifting pair for cutting the thicker sprues, heavier stuff, things you don't care about as much. I also used it for cutting these ones. These are the soft, flexible stuff that was used on the joints on this one. I don't think it needed the premium cutters. So get yourself a set of them. Then when you're ready, and if you feel like you want to be a bit more pro about it, you think you could benefit from a cleaner cut on some of your models and you can notice the difference, then I would definitely invest in something like this. And they're a lot cheaper than some of their competitors out there, which I thought was really cool. Good price for what you get, because you know, there's some really good high quality stuff comes out of Taiwan. So far I've got my Sparmax Airbrush set. Actually, I'll chuck some notes below so you can have a look at that. I'm really enjoying that one, and now this one, it's really good. And one of my friends, Takumi-san, is mentioning that he uses 3 sets of nippers. I'm not that high level yet, even though I'm showing 3. I've just graduated from 1 to 2 sets of nippers at one time. I swear, I used to rock only these ones, but today I could really see the difference with this. On my next Gunpla kit, I'll totally be using this one for the important ones. Hey Arnie, the brand is, so what I was going to suggest to you guys, this is them. Ultra Premium Nippers by, I guess these ones have been branded for this. So this is Hobbyco Imports brand. So what I should do is, I'm a little bit underprepared, sorry guys, but what I'll do is, I want to try to get a link, or what I'll suggest is, if you're going to buy stuff from Hobbyco in Australia, like if you're going to buy like the airbrush set that I've got, that I just mentioned before, you could chuck these in and order with them. So if you're getting stuff from overseas, for example, you could get something extra like this. But I'll try to work it in. If you guys are interested in them, we were going to do something like an oil brushes starter set, a couple of things like that. I'll see if I can get my friends. I'll see if they've got enough stock of these things to chuck them in as part of the order. Because for the price that they are and how good they are, I really suggest that we should be getting some more of these out into the market. Because I know some of my buddies ask me about the God Hand ones. I've had a look at them. I didn't buy them because I thought for the price I would break it too quickly. They're probably quite good though. These price for money for value, pretty awesome. So that's them. I'll put some info below. I'll find a link for them. Put a link to the website if you wanted to buy some. I'll put it in there. I'm really sorry, I don't have a deal for them ready for you this time. I'm sorry that I have such an empty sales pitch. I just wanted to show you something I thought was really good. And maybe we can hook up something about it later. So that's all I have tonight. I wanted to keep this one really short. It's my bedtime. So I'm going to work on this one tomorrow. I've actually got some really cool stuff in store. You know how I showed you how to texture the Ammonite kit? I've got another one to show you with this. It's different and it will be cool as well. So thanks guys. I hope you liked this one. It's just a nice short quick chat, show you some of the tools that I'm enjoying right now. Please subscribe to the channel, give my video a like, and I'll see you in the next one. I'm actually doing an interview tomorrow on Gunpla Network. Some of the guys there wanted to have a chat, so I'll share some links for that too. They'll also be in the Paint on Plastic Face Group book if you wanted to check that out. Okay, cheers guys, thanks a lot. Thank you for tuning in, and thanks for the thumbs up. I can see them coming in now. Thanks guys. Talk soon. Bye.